Hello children, welcome to another revision video. In this video I'm going to talk about the difference between article writing and report writing. Let's take a quick look. What is an article writing and what is the format of an article writing? In article writing, you're basically expressing your opinion on a particular topic, right? So you're sharing what you feel about it, you're sharing your knowledge base with everyone, and obviously you have to emphasize on certain things which you deem appropriate as per the question. So if you look at the format here, it's a very simple one. You will write the heading, and I've written center in brackets. That means you're going to write the heading right in the center of the page, okay? It should be centrally aligned. This will be followed by byline. Byline is the name of the person who is writing this report. If there is a name given in the question, you can use that name. Otherwise, you can write by ABC. Alright, by ABC. Just fabricate a name over there and write it as it is. If there is a designation given over there that you're writing an article as this person, then you can write byline. That means by ABC, comma, that particular designation. And if there is no designation as such, you just write your name or ABC or whatever is given in the question and you're sorted. After this, you're going to leave a line and you're going to start with the body of the article. This part of the article is majorly divided into 3 to 4 paragraphs. So first part is going to be your introduction part. That means if you're talking about the global pandemic, Corona, if this is the topic of your article, then you're going to introduce the topic. What will you write in this? You will just let everyone know that what was Corona all about and when did it come into being. You will not tell anything else. You will just introduce the topic, write a few general points about it, and then you will leave a line to switch to the next paragraph. I always insist that you have to leave a line after each paragraph so that your ideas look organized and your content looks structured. Alright, so leave a line after that, and in paragraph 2 you're going to develop on the content. Developing on the content means that you're going to talk about that problem in detail. You're going to express your opinion about that problem in detail. You have been reading a lot of things, you have been doing a lot of research, or your knowledge base is such that you can include as many points as possible in the second paragraph of the write-up. Alright, so here you have to talk about it. Please ensure that you're not using first person at all. You're writing everything in the third person. It is believed that, or it has been seen, or research has shown, or studies have claimed. These kind of words and these kind of connectors can be used there. After that, again, the paragraph will end and you're going to leave a line. The last paragraph will be, your suggestions and conclusion. You will not say I strongly feel. You can say that it is strongly suggested, or it is strongly believed, or it is an ardent testimony to the fact. Use any language whatsoever, but ensure that you're using third person here. And in the last paragraph, what are you going to do? You're going to give a very balanced outlook. This is something that children tend to forget. You do not have to take stand here. It's not a debate. Remember that. It's an article. You have to give a balanced outlook. You don't have to let people know that you are strongly in favor or against. You don't have to do that. Just give a balanced outlook here so that the reader doesn't feel that you're too traditional or conservative in your opinion about this particular topic. Give a balanced approach. If this is the pros, these are the cons as well. So there should be no flipping onto one side. It should be a complete balanced up topic. Alright, so this was about article writing. Now there are a few things that you need to keep in mind when you're attempting a question on article writing. Number one, you have to express your opinion without the use of I. So third person has to be used. And then you have to pull in your ideas, you have to remember the format. And if this question comes in choice with the other question, use your brain carefully, use your mind there. If you think that you are more capable of writing on that particular topic, then go for this question. Alright, do not go for the other question. Let's move on to report writing. What is a report? As the title itself suggests, you are reporting something that has already happened. That means everything has already taken place in the past or in the recent past. And if something has already taken place in the recent past, then you cannot use any other tense except past tense here. So one formula to remember report is to report the events in the past tense. There are two types of reports. One is the magazine report and the other one is the newspaper report. What do you do in the magazine report? What is the format? It is just the same as your article. So you will write this heading in the center followed by a byline, and if you are holding a designation, you will put a comma and write it against it. Otherwise, you will leave it blank. Alright. So after that, now you also have to remember what is a magazine report and what kind of questions can you expect. You will expect questions related to any function that happened at your school, any school program, or any event that took place, any annual program that you've scheduled, any sports meet that your school or your organization has planned for, any meditation workshop that happened, any mental awareness program that happened. So any program, event or school's function has to be catalogued in this category of magazine report. Alright, format is pretty much clear. Let's move on to the newspaper report format. The name itself suggests it's a newspaper report, so it cannot be like the magazine report. The terminology will be different, the use of vocabulary is going to be different, the use of parlance that you're going to use, your register, everything is going to be absolutely different from that of magazine report. So the format also has to be slightly different. How will the format look like? Let's take a look. Heading right in the center, underline it, followed by byline. So you will write by ABC. Now no random person can go and produce a newspaper report. You have to ensure that it has to be somebody who is a correspondent in the newspaper, right? They usually mention the position or the designation of that person in the question itself, so you have to be very watchful of that. Okay, use that particular designation along with the byline in the newspaper report. So you will say by ABC comma senior correspondent, by ABC comma reporter, a senior reporter. So whatever is given in the question, just mention it. After that, remember these two will remain in the center, so these two pointers are centrally aligned. After that, you will leave a line and write date in the expanded form, 23rd February 2023, comma New Delhi. So date and place has to be written. Where will you write it? You will align it to the left margin. Okay, you will align it to the left margin. After this, you will put a colon and start writing your report from that line itself. Okay, some people have this habit of writing only under this. No, you will use entire line and write in running lines. Okay, just start from here itself. Now what could a newspaper report look like? It could be about an accident, it could be about a robbery or a crime that has taken place, or it could be about a calamity or a global pandemic or a disease that is inflicting a large number of people. So these are the different categories around which you can get a question on newspaper report. Now, what are the things that you need to take care of while writing a report? It could be a newspaper report or a magazine report, but the pointers will remain the same. Number one, use of past tense. Number two, sequential cataloging of events. That means, see, if it's a magazine report, right? So you're going to write about any annual function that happened at your school. For example, if I say that we held a cultural program in our school recently. So how will you go about it? There are few lines that you can learn, you can memorize them, and you can produce them as it is. How will you say? The school organized, or our school, if the name of the school is given, well and good. Suppose it is ABC Public School. So how will you go about it? ABC Public School, Noida, organized a workshop on, or organized a cultural program on, you can state the title there, whatever name was given, organized a cultural program, comma, Ehsas, suppose the name of the program is Ehsas, on this date in the school premises. Alright, so in the first line you have told them about the program that happened, and you have told the date on which it happened, and you have also stated the place at which it happened. Okay, where did it happen? After this, you can say that the program was organized for the for fostering and encouraging students to participate and to overcome their stage fear. Alright, so this is what you have presented in the first paragraph, wherein you have just talked about the program, how did it happen, where did it happen, and what date it happened on. After this, you will leave a line, and in the second paragraph, you will not use your mind too much, just straight away talk about a few things. Number one, you're going to talk about the flow of events. So you can say the program kicked off or the program started off with lamp lighting. Usually when it happens at a school or any other organization, then lamp lighting is the first thing that happens. And then what do we see is the rendition of Lord Ganesha. Lord Ganesha or Saraswati Puja, whatever you have seen around. So just use your mind over there, okay? So rendition of Lord Ganesha. This will be followed by the flow of event. You will not give too many details here. You will simply say that the program commenced with this, then followed by a rendition to Lord Ganesha, then a few dances were performed on the stage, and the audience was the audience were thrilled by the performance on the stage. And after this, after adding a few lines about what happened on that cultural day, you're going to write towards the end that Mrs. or Mr. whosoever you have invited over or whosoever has presided over the event, that person's name has to be added in the second paragraph. So you can say Mrs. S. Menon, you will write the designation after this, an educationist and leading name in the field of education, presided over the event and made it a huge success. And then this will be the end of the second paragraph. What have you done in this? You have developed on the content, you have told us the sequence of events, plus you have told the person who was presiding over the event or who came over as the chief guest or the guest of honor. Now in the third paragraph, you have to ensure that you don't go too much in detail. In the third paragraph, you're only going to talk about one thing, that is prize distribution, followed by the speech by the principal or the manager or the chief guest. So speech and your prize distribution. And when you're talking about the speech, you also have to say that how bolstering or how encouraging that speech was for the audience, and end it up by a standard line. Especially if it's a school report, end it up with a standard line. Say that the school looks forward to organizing more of such workshops or cultural programs in order to boost the confidence of students and let them overcome stage fear. So end it on a positive note. This is how you will distribute the content in the magazine report. Now let's move on to the newspaper report. You will use certain terminology. You cannot just say that this is what happened on this road and this is how things happened. No, you will not go on like this. You will use the knowledge very, very prominently here. In the first paragraph, if it's about an accident, suppose a bus rammed into a car and that accident led to a lot of deaths. What will you do? In the first paragraph, you're going to talk about the incident. You will just state what happened in the incident and state how. You will say that an accident happened or a fatal accident happened on this particular place on this date and day at this time when a speeding bus rammed into a moving car. When a speeding bus moved into a rammed into a moving car. So in this first paragraph itself, you've told them three things. When did it happen? How did it happen? And what happened? Okay, so date and day has been shared. You have also told what happened and how did it happen. Okay, it was ramming of the bus into the car. After this, you will leave a line, and in the second paragraph, you're going to cite the details of this particular problem, of this particular accident. You can say that this accident reported a loss of these many lives. There were people around, there was a spectacle watching everything. Police was, police officials were informed about it. Police arrived at this point of time, and sources have revealed that the condition of the injured is critical, or they are going to be out, or their testimony or their verdict is going to be taken after some point of time. So just the way you read it in the newspaper, you have to write the same way. Alright, so this is called developing of the content and talking about the event in the second paragraph. Leave a line. Last paragraph, you will state it in a generic manner. What will you do? You will simply say that the court meeting is scheduled for this particular date, and we will keep you updated about the future proceedings, or any other way that suits the question. You can say that reports have revealed that things are going to be easier for these people, or there will be a penalty on the victims, or penalty given to the victims, or something of this sort you can create, and towards the end you can post it. Alright, so generic ending or conclusion to the report. So children, the marks distribution again will remain same in all 4 writing skills that you're getting in your class 12th English examination. Number 1 will be format, 1 mark format. If you're writing everything in place and everything is in order, you're going to get 1 mark, no half mark is going to be deducted. Followed by content for 2 marks, 1 mark for organization of ideas and 1 mark for accuracy. If you follow these questions, if you follow the format and the strict layout that has been shared with you, it is guaranteed that you're going to get good marks, 4.5 and 5, and not going anywhere. Alright, all the best.